This lecture covers another interesting graph search algorithm, that is depth first search. So as the name implies, this algorithm discovers vertices in a deeper fashion whenever possible. So in the case of breadth first search, it discovers vertices in a breadth-wise fashion, and in the case of depth first search, it will perform search operation in a deeper fashion whenever possible. This algorithm produces depth first forest rather than a single tree, and it depends upon the input graph also. For some cases it will produce a single tree, but in some cases it will generate more than one tree, so the result is a depth first forest, and that construction is based on the predecessor information. And again, if you consider the progress of this algorithm, each vertex maintains a color field and a predecessor information. So color is actually used to differentiate discovered and undiscovered vertices. So undiscovered vertices will be white in color. So initially all vertices will be white in color. So whenever this algorithm discovers a particular node, its color will turn from white to grey. So whenever this algorithm discovers all the vertices that are reachable from a particular grey vertex, then color of this grey vertex will turn to black. Then if I consider a particular vertex V, if you discover V from U, then predecessor of V will be set as U. And again, this algorithm uses two timestamps. One is DU, that is discovery time, and another one is FU, noted as FU, which is finishing time. So the instant at which you discover a vertex is termed as its discovery time, and the instant at which you complete discovering all the vertices that are reachable from a particular vertex U is termed as the finishing time of U. So let me illustrate the working of this algorithm with a simple example. Consider this particular graph. So the first step involved is initialization. You have to initialize the color field and the predecessor field. So color will be set as white and predecessor will be set as nil. That is the first step. For all vertices, set color as white and predecessor as nil. Now it will initialize a global variable time to 0. This algorithm takes any one of the unvisited white vertex as the starting vertex. So let the vertex selected be A. So it's going to discover A at first. So whenever it discovers A, color will be changed to grey, time will be incremented by 1, and that time will be fixed as the discovery time of A. That is, at instant 1 you have discovered A. Now as far as A is concerned, it is having two adjacent white vertices B and C. That is, two adjacent undiscovered vertices B and C. So it will go to any one of these two vertices. So it can either go to B or it can either go to C. But in the case of breadth first search algorithm, it will go to B and C. So assuming that from A it goes to C. So it discovers C. So color will turn to grey. Predecessor will be set as A because you have discovered C from A. So whenever you discover a node, increment time by 1 and that time will be fixed as the discovery time. That is at instant 2 you have discovered C. Now you are at vertex C. From C you will be checking whether there exists any adjacent undiscovered vertex. C is having no adjacent undiscovered vertex. So it will update the color to black. In the sense, we have completed discovering all vertices that are reachable from C. C is not having any adjacent reachable vertices. So at this point you will finish C. Whenever you finish a node, increment time by 1 and that time will be fixed as the finishing time of C. Now after finishing C, you will move back to its predecessor. Predecessor of C is A, so we will go back to A. Now we are at A. From A, we will be checking whether A is having any undiscovered adjacent node. So as far as A is concerned, B is an undiscovered node. So go to B. So you will move to B, discover B. So you will change color to grey and predecessor of B will be A because you have discovered B from A. So whenever you discover a node, increment time by 1 and that time will be fixed as the discovery time. Now we are at B and from B we will be checking whether B is having any adjacent undiscovered node. So as far as B is concerned, D is undiscovered adjacent vertex. So discover D or go to D. So whenever you discover D, change color to grey. Predecessor will be B because you have reached D from B. Whenever you discover a node, increment time by 1. So time will be 5 and 5 will be set as the discovery time of D. Now we are at D. You will be checking whether D is having adjacent undiscovered vertex. D is not having any adjacent. D is having adjacent vertex C that is already discovered. So since we have completed discovering all the adjacent or all the vertices that are reachable from D, you can finish this node. So change color to black, increment time by 1, so time will turn to 6 and that will be fixed as the discovery time, finishing time. So whenever you finish the node, backtrack to its predecessor. So from here you cannot move forward, so you will move back to its predecessor. Predecessor is B. So go back to B. From B you will be checking whether you can move to adjacent undiscovered vertex. As far as B is concerned, you have completed discovering all the vertices that are reachable from B. So finish this node, change color to black, increment time by 1 and fix that time as the finishing time. And once after finishing a node, go back to its predecessor. So as far as B is concerned, its predecessor is A. So go back to A. Now from A you will be checking whether it's having any adjacent undiscovered node. So as far as A is concerned, you have completed discovering all the vertices that are reachable from A. So finish this node, change color to black, increment time by 1 and fix that time as the finishing time. And this DFS visit will terminate, but still there exist some vertices that are undiscovered. So what happens is, it will take one among the remaining white vertices and this process will be repeated. So you are having E and F that are undiscovered, that are white in color. So you can either take E or you can either take F. Assuming that you are taking E. So discover E. So whenever you discover, change color to grey. Now in this case E is not having any predecessor because we have resumed this DFS procedure or DFS visit from E. Restarted DFS visit from E. So E is not having any predecessor. whenever you visit a node or discover a node, increment time by 1. So time is 9 and that time will be fixed as the discovery time of E. Now E, at present we are at E. From E you will be checking whether E is having adjacent undiscovered node. So E is having adjacent undiscovered F. So go to F, change color to grey, set producer as E because we have reached F from E. So whenever you discover a node, increment time by 1, so time turns to 10 and that will be fixed as the discovery time of F. Now F is not having any adjacent unvisited or undiscovered vertex. So you can call that F as a dead end. From there you have to backtrack. So finish the node, change color to black, increment time by 1, fix that time as the finishing time, backtrack to its predecessor. F's predecessor is E, go to E, check whether E is having any adjacent undiscovered node. As far as E is concerned, you have completed discovering all the vertices that are reachable from E. So finish E, change color to black, increment time by 1 and fix that time as the finishing time. So at this DFS visit will terminate and it will check whether there exists any undiscovered vertex. Now if we consider this graph, we have completed discovering all the vertices and this DFS procedure will terminate. This is what happens during the first search or what happens during while performing the first search in this particular graph. Now from the predecessor information, you can construct the first trees obtained. So you have started from A. From A, you have moved to C at first. So you have moved to C. From C, we backtrack to A, and from A, you have moved to B. So you have moved to B. Now from B, you have moved to D. From D, you have backtracked to B, followed by backtracking to A, and this algorithm terminates. Again, you started from E. So E will act as root of the new tree. From E, you have moved to F. From F, you have backtracked to E, and this process terminates. So you are having two, or you will obtain two trees if you perform search operation, depth first search operation in this particular fashion. So this is the depth first forest obtained. Again, this is not the unique depth first search, depth first forest generated during DFS traversal. You can verify, or you can try to work out this algorithm starting from vertex E. If you start from vertex E, you can go to F, backtrack to E, then you can go to D. From D you can go to C, backtrack to D, backtrack to F, terminate. Then you can pick either A or B. So this algorithm generates different depth first forest depending upon the order in which you are selecting the node for traversal.